So our topic today is friendships. I mean, friend groups. Sorry. And it's I think it's also like a very personal topic because not everyone would say that they are part of a friend group, and like not being in a friend group, like it's normal, but for example, like for us in a school environment, a friend group would be helpful for us. For example, like during break times, you would primarily turn to them to like hang out, and so like kind of for me, based on my experience, like the biggest disadvantage of not being in a friend group is that like you don't have like this group of friends that you can really rely on, and so you would kind of like just try to hang out by yourself and to have a lot of time to reflect on your life.
Yeah, that's actually nice.
Yeah, but sometimes like the biggest difference I see between people who are in a friend group and not in a friend group is that, for example, if there's a group of friends that like they will always sit together during like class time, for example, and then one day one person in that friend group does not show up, and then if you are part of that friend group, then of course they would ask like why you're not here. But for example, if you sit with them usually, but you're not part of that group quite yet, they would just like say, oh, Margaret's not here today, and then next thing. So I think like being part of a friend group, or just having like one or two friends that you can turn to, that seems like a pretty good thing, I would say.
I feel like it's like the nature of like people not wanting to be alone. It's like you don't want to be the one that's left out. You always want somebody that you can like find them when you're like in a weird awkward situation, or just when you're feeling happy. So I guess like friend groups are pretty nice, but like sometimes it's negative when like we have these kind of fixed group that like exclude out people when we're not supposed to. It's like stop yapping.
Do you have something that you
friend groups?
Let's just start with, do you think currently you are part of a friend group?
Multiple probably.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess like you have different friends, right? Like for example, picture you in the center of like a social net, right? Social network.
The web of friends.
Yeah.
That we talked about in the previous episode.
Yeah.
Did we talk
She
about
did.
The
We talked
change.
about
all the
change.
changes?
Yeah.
Okay. So picture you in the center of this web, and then you have people around you that maybe are associated to different groups. That you may be a member in multiple groups. Then.
Wow.
Because like friends may not be like the friends of you may not be connected, so that's why you could be part of multiple.
Yeah, that is very interesting, George. Thank you.
But like,
but I feel like I don't know. Friend group?
How do friend groups form?
I guess friend group forms like because you sort of are like good friends together, and that like you like share same like interests, or like not same personality, but like I guess it's just really natural to form friend groups.
for me, I would say no, because like I remember like at the start of grade 1, I was like being paired up with this girl called Alice in my grade, and then we were like sort of friends, sort of not friends, for like, I don't know, like the first 10 days. But then later on, I kind of just realized that maybe there would be like better opportunities for me to like be friends with like more people. And so I kind of just like did the trial and error of like me going to that person, and if it does not work out, then I'll like just go to another person. And so that is kind of how it like started with me making friends. But then later, as I like came to middle school, I then kind of just got more occupied with like school and like projects and stuff, so I kind of don't really have that much time to like care about if I have friends or not. And now primarily all of my friends are from the projects that I started, and all like kind of like work oriented friends that I have are so I think those friends I make, perhaps they're like not the friends that I would turn to when I have a problem or something, but I think they still make me feel welcome in this environment. So yeah, that's why.
And I feel like for friend groups, sometimes you may feel that like you're sort of linked to this group. Like if maybe if like people dislike somebody, then you're supposed to like follow their opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And this sort of like is not really healthy, but I also feel like it's just like important to like state your own opinion, and like because like there's multiple perspectives on an event. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
就你没说话
Oh my god.
I did ask
Oh, yeah.
an important question.
Oh, yeah.
How these friend groups.
Oh wow.
还有什么呢？
I mean, I feel like it's really interesting that like in a friend group, sometimes you may not be like the best fit for that person in like personality or something, but you guys still get along well as like friends, and sometimes maybe it's just like you spend a lot of time with them that you really get used to them anyways.
Yeah.
I guess friend groups are like a happy memory. Bye.
Hello everyone, of viewers of the Unit E podcast. I'm Margaret, and I'm right now sitting on the playground area. Oh my god, it's so awkward to film here. Okay. But I basically had the urge to talk to you guys about friend groups, which would be this episode. And it's right now lunch break, and everyone's with their friends, right? And then I think friend groups, it kind of isolates people who are not in a group. Like, even though you're friends with one person from that group, because you're not so close with them, they'll kind of just like ignore you, like during break times, and they would just go with their usual friends. What I mean by that is kind of like, for example, you're sitting in a conversation, and usually, for example, during lunchtime, you'll be in the conversation with like the friend group that you usually hang out with, but you're not part of that group. And then, oh my god, there's a fly. Okay. And then one day you didn't like meet with them during lunchtime, and then they still have their conversation without you, and they won't like ask like for example, oh, where's Margaret? Is she okay? Everything, like, they just won't. But if you're part of that group, they'll be like more caring about you. And so right now I'm like sitting out here. Oh my god, there's so many people passing by, but like I just like kind of want to share my feelings, because I would say I'm not part of a friend group, and it like sometimes it makes me feel like I don't have any like true friend to rely on. Like all the groups that I have, oh my god, all the friend groups that like I usually will like be part in, I just do projects with them, and then like that's the only thing I do with them. Like I just do work with them and then it's done. But I don't really have a person that I can like trust, or someone that I can trust like when I am like in my free times and it's not about work. I don't know. But yeah. It's this like really kind of like lonely feeling, but you're like you have learned to beat it because you just have been alone and not part of a group for so long. And I mean, I've tried to like talk to more people, but I mean, they're part of a friend group and I'm not, so I sometimes like feel a little like lonely like this. Like no one's asking me, oh, where's Margaret? No one's caring about me, you know? Like I'm just here by myself. So I mean, sometimes you just have to learn to be alone but not lonely. But perhaps, sorry, I got distracted by a teacher passing by. He was saying hi to me. But anyways, I just like sometimes it might feel that you're not included in the environment. Like it feels weird because I've been at the school since like grade 1, and you might say, oh my god, then you should have friends that you know very well. But I think that is the exact opposite, because as you grow, as people evolve, people just go to different directions, and like in terms of friendship, of course, but I don't really have a direction when it comes to friendship. Like I'm like a nomad. Like whoever wants to talk to me, like I'll just talk to them, but I don't really have someone that I can really like go to when I like feel that I don't have any friends to talk to, or when I feel lonely. I mean, my parents are my like only friends that I can like go to and trust and like talk to them about anything. But I just don't have people like that are in my age and my generation that can perhaps understand me more. Like, I mean, through this podcast, I can really hope that like more people can, you know, feel the same like feelings that youths would commonly feel. But like, oh, there are those little kids walking by. Okay. Yeah, so through this podcast, I can hope like more youths and teens can like gather and, you know, talk about those really common problems. I mean, friend groups, like not being in a friend group, it's not a major problem, but like I just think that it's hard for people who are in a friend group who have people to rely on to really understand how people who are like not in a friend group are feeling, because sometimes, oh my god, I literally just noticed that kid up there. Okay, anyways, but I think this, like, sometimes perhaps you might just not have a friend who can like who you can really trust, and that's fine again, but okay, take 20. Exposure therapy moment 2. Oh my god. Okay, so I know like what I'm talking about right now, it's like useless ranting, but like you might think that like I'm smiling right now because I'm talking to you guys about this. I feel empathized. I feel that there is definitely someone out there who experienced the same problems that I feel, but like at school, because school is like the primary place where you make friends, right? So if there's no one that you can truly trust in the school environment, I think it would be like pretty hard to like even seek for help later on, because like all of the friends you make, everyone you talk to, it's all about work. It's all about like school projects and stuff. And I just think like no one is really there for me to like trust, and someone like there is this person that I just can go to when I want to like talk about something. Like perhaps it's just me not having a clear idea of my relationship with some people, but in my heart I truly feel that this part of me is lacking, and that I just perhaps need to like build up the confidence and the friendship side of me. Yeah, that's all I gotta talk about, you guys. Thank you. Bye. I switched locations again. But anyways, I feel like one sentence that I can like really summarize how I feel is like, I'm a nomad. I can adapt to anywhere I go, but nowhere's my home. I can be friends with criminals if you want me to. Like, I literally, I can. Like, if you place me into, like, this group of criminals, I can, like, talk to them and be, like, best friends with them. But are they really people that I can rely on? No. Like, even if sometimes, like, if I'm being honest with you guys, even, like, this, like, the same thing applies to like me and my parents as well. Like, because we're not the same generation, because we're like not one group of people that can really relate to each other like how it is at school. So sometimes when I have some problems, I can't really talk to them because they just won't understand, Wow, so teenager vibes, but like that's true. Like I feel like sometimes your parents just don't really like understand you as fully, and even if you like do your best to explain to them like what truly happened is what you explain to them, but they just won't believe you, and they'll say that it's like just not that way. But I think like having one person or two people that you can really like count on when you like feel lonely, I think that's good. But sometimes you perhaps just need to embrace this loneliness and not trust humans too much. Don't trust humans too much, like that's kind of the lesson, because I trust a lot of people, but I have plans that I made to like not trust them. And I think that's also partially why people probably don't want to like invite me to a friend group is because I'm probably like overprotective of myself, but also just refusing to accept a lot of norms in those friend groups. Like, I don't like other people touching my things. Like, if you touch my things, like, you better tell me why, and like tell me why you're qualified to. Like, literally, if you touch my things without asking me, or with like, or if I don't think you are, if you just can, then you cannot. But like, a lot of the times, you know, friends, they help each other carry stuff. I don't want that, you know. But is that the reason why I'm not included in a friend group? Maybe. But I don't think anyone just wants to know about me, you know. Like everyone knows about me in some way, but not like very closely. And I perhaps got to this point where like I don't even care about if I have friends or not. Like, when I was in elementary school, I remember in recess time, people will always go to their friends to like play and stuff, but I don't have friends. Like, who do I go to? You know, I don't really care if I have friends. I just hang out by myself.